In this video, we're going to look at what you're going to need to set up your own home cinema. Now, before pulling this video together, I took a bit of a look around the internet, saw a lot of home cinemas, and what I saw was big and bold, and in many ways beautiful, but also in many ways unnecessary and a little too much. Rather than going big, I'm going to suggest you go small when it comes to your home cinema, and I'm going to tell you why. First, ask yourself what you really need. When it comes to watching a film at home, it's usually me and one or two other people. For me, I don't need 6, 7, 8 seats capacity, and a lot of other people probably don't either. So keeping it small, again, is going to save on cost, but also make that space feel a bit more intimate. Now, I'm a massive fan of the picture palaces of the past, and as I said, a lot of the cinemas I saw online were very ornate, very beautiful, but I don't know that a commercial cinema in a public space is the same or should be treated the same way as a home cinema in a private space. As much as these things were beautiful, it seemed unnecessary, and again, there's a great deal of cost and maintenance and cleaning and upkeep that goes into maintaining a very beautiful home cinema. Keep it simple, you keep those things simple as well. By all means, take your cues for your home cinema from the commercial cinemas you've been in. Think about the things about those cinemas which you really enjoyed and which you want to replicate in your home cinema. But focus very much on the viewing experience, the sight, the sound, and not too much else. Now again, thinking about commercial cinemas, curtains are important, and curtains are going to be important for your home cinema as well. They're great for managing light. You want to get the room as dark as you possibly can. They're good for managing noise as well, so keeping out external noise, managing the noise that's inside the room and stopping it from getting out and disturbing others, but also managing echo as well. So going back to my journey around the internet, I saw a lot of videos around soundproofing rooms. Again, I don't think that's necessary with a small cinema, and I don't think that's necessary if your focus is classic films like it certainly is for me. You won't get those big booming soundtracks, you won't get a lot of bass, and you won't get a lot of noise penetrating into other parts of the house or the neighbourhood. But also, being a small room, you won't have to crank the volume quite so high to get a really enjoyable sound experience. Now, seating is really, really important. You're going to be sitting there for a couple of hours. You need to be comfortable, you need to be focused on enjoying the film. So choose something that really supports you well, high back chairs, good cushioning, but beyond that, don't get too carried away, and again, don't go too big. Now, the big question is, what are you going to project onto? So there are a lot of great screens out there. They can produce a really, really good image, but they may well be an unnecessary expense. I certainly find that a nice flat wall that's painted in a light colour, non-reflective, is going to produce a great surface to screen onto and will serve you just as well as any particular screen. That'll keep down costs. It'll also keep down the complexity of having to hang the screen as well. So where did I start with my home cinema? Basically, I chose the right room. It's relatively small and relatively dark, which makes it perfect for a cinema experience. Big enough to enjoy, and one end of the room has a very even, straight, flat, white wall. Once I had the room set up, I could look at managing things like light and noise quite effectively, and then I could focus more on what I was screening from, what I was screening with, the projector, but also the sound that I needed there as well. And we'll touch on those topics in subsequent videos.